I've got a, nighttime view on our America's Mattress Live Tower cam right now. Can you think only last week there was sunshine out right now? Not the case, especially with all these clouds going on here behind me right now. Especially looking over here, only the city lights going on behind me. Occasionally you'll see something pop up towards Grand Mesa, someone going on a nighttime hike or the like. I don't think I've ever been on a nighttime hike though. Let me know if you like those. 50 right now, clear skies at the airport at least, but of course you can see those clouds in the sky. Humidity 44%, not too much winds. Our sunset, was just a couple minutes ago really, so around 5:45 is about our time today. 62 degrees was our high, 3 degrees above our average of 59 degrees, so still relatively seasonal overall, especially when you compare it to yesterday. We were about 5 degrees warmer than that. 40 degrees was our morning low, so we're starting to get away from those freezing conditions, right? At least here in the Grand Valley, it's not necessarily the case for those of you near the lower valleys. Delta and Paonia's values are messed up right now. 33 in Montrose, 18 over in Gunnison. So really, this is kind of the valleys that can hold that heat a little bit better that are the ones getting away from freezing still. 59 was our high in Delta, 68 in Montrose, 61 over in Gunnison. Actually, this is wrong too. It was a little bit higher earlier than that today, so I don't know what's going on with our sensors. Satellite radar, a little bit of clouds still hanging out like we talked about. Most of it's confined over towards more mountainous areas at this point. We're kind of losing that moisture availability as we head into these evening hours. 55 degrees, a little bit of sea skyline here behind me in Montrose. Why are we so dry? Well, it's this flow right here behind me. It's called zonal flow. That means it's heading west towards the east. And what that typically means is as this air moves over, it's going to be a bit faster, right? Because when you see normal ridge or a trough, the change in directions of the winds kind of slow them down a little bit. That won't be the case, so we might see a spare gust here or two over these next few days. And I know you've spotted that cold front there behind me. It's going to move in. It's not going to bring much in the way of precipitation towards most of the western slope. Any snowfall is going to be over towards the central portion of the Divide. Maybe it's sprinkled too here on the Grand Mesa. But wind gusts coming up here again, a little bit stronger here and there as you head into Wednesday in the morning, potentially some 20-mile-per-hour gusts here in Grand Junction, 15, 20-mile-per-hour range. Nothing too crazy, but you could notice it. Our futurecast coming up, right? Tonight, clear skies. Clouds are starting to move out of the area like we saw on our satellite and radar. This is tonight, 11 p.m., 50 in Grand Junction, 45 down in Delta. Then early tomorrow morning, again, lows in those 40s, starting to warm up more and more each and every day. Look at that, 68 degrees in Grand Junction at 1 p.m., 71 in Delta. I know that doesn't feel like November at all. And then we're going to look as we get into Wednesday. Right, you start to cool down into those upper to mid 60s, and then overnight, again, getting away from freezing, 70 degrees. That'll be a high for the day on Wednesday in Grand Junction. So if you're hiking at all on Wednesday, get a midweek run in, you might actually break a sweat. And, for the foreseeable future with that lack of moisture too, it does look like you're going to be seeing artificial snow coming up for the Grand Mesa pretty soon up at Powderhorn. Hey, Wednesday at 7 p.m., 58 in Grand Junction. Let's look at these next couple days of records, right? We're not going to really break them, but we are going to get close. Today's is 71. It's kind of Wednesday, 73 degrees. A few degrees below that, if we happen to knock up those temperatures a little bit these next few days, could get close. But look, we're in this big old bullseye in November for those likely to see above average temperatures, so I don't think we're done with that warmth yet, but our main point of cooling is going to come after that cold front pushes through. 51 will be our high on Friday, 59 on Saturday, getting seasonal in those upper 50s early next week. Tomorrow in Montrose, 67 degrees, 36 as you head overnight. And Wednesday, upper 50s, low 60s early next week.